Welcome back, and welcome to our first conducting video in which we'll be teaching you about presence and posture, and today I'll be teaching you about presence. The definition of presence is a state or fact of existing, occurring, or being present in a place or thing. This relates to marching band, because in marching band you need to always look like you're present, and you need to look like confident and like you know what you're doing. That way the audience will think that you know what you're doing, even if you don't. You know, fake it till you make it. This is especially important as a drum major because you need to look engaged and confident for both the audience and for the band, for the people that are watching you conduct. While conducting, posture and presence go hand in hand, which is why this video is about both of them. But in presence, posture isn't the only thing that you need to worry about. However, it's a big part. If I'm conducting and I'm standing like this, and I look kind of small, it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing, and it's kind of, I don't look trustworthy. You wouldn't trust me, would you? So what you want to do is you need to square your chest, you need to make your shoulders look wide, stand up tall, spread out your feet about shoulder length apart. You need to bring out your arms and look like you know what you're doing. See, on this side, I'm standing tall, my chest is puffed out. What if I'm standing like this? What the heck is that? So you need to stand like this. There we go. I look present, I look confident, and I look like I know what I'm doing. Presence was especially important for me this past marching season, and it will be this next marching season as a drum major because I am very itty-bitty. And it's kind of hard to tell if I'm just kind of like shrunken down, you know? So if I make myself look big and if I puff out my chest, then I look a little bit bigger and I look a little bit more important instead of just like a teeny little girl that's running around the field. So I personally think that presence is a little bit more important when you're a junior drum major because your senior drum majors in the middle of the field, obviously they already look pretty important. So as a junior drum major, you need to be able to establish your presence. See what I did there? And look like you know what you're doing. You're just as important as your own senior drum major, and you need to convince everybody that you are. So that's how you do it. You just look like you know what you're doing. So on to posture with Izzy. Thank you guys.
Another day, another video. I'm so excited. Okay, never mind that, it's cold. Hello everyone, I'm really glad to be back to talk to you about posture. I originally recorded all of this yesterday, but for some reason when I went to go and edit it, it turned up upside down. Hoping that doesn't happen again, because it was really confusing. So I have to record it in here. Now the space is kind of limited, so I can't show you all the stuff that I had prepared for you, which kind of sucks, but I hope that we can work our way around it. Let's go! Okay, so I switched to this angle so we could kind of get a better view of my legs because the first step involves, you know, leg placement. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to make a wide, not so wide, second position. This is called second position. Now whether or not your feet are at a 45-degree angle or forward, I found that I personally could keep my balance better when they were facing forward. However, you should do whatever you want to do to keep yourself safe. The Jarvis is kind of unforgiving. It's a 3x3, tiny little space. It doesn't care. Sometimes you get some nice gusts of wind and you're just like, whoa! Okay, now that you have this nice second position, we're gonna talk about what Ashton talked about, getting our shoulders up, getting really nice and confident, looking bigger. I promise you, it feels so much better to conduct confidently than to kind of slouch and not really care. It looks so much better and so much more professional if you conduct like this than if you're down here. Okay, now we're going to talk about hand placement. Now with hand placement, the nice shape of conducting is usually this nice curved hand, And in order to get that, if you're kind of having trouble doing that, here's a tip. You could take your hand, put it on your booty, and boom, there it is. I noticed that I like to conduct with this sort of hand shape. I'm sure it has a name, but I really like to conduct that way. I'm not exactly sure why, but the drum major conducting style is the curved hand and the fingers closed. So yeah, we usually stay like this, fingers pressed together. So conducting is all about symmetry. You want to look, you know, like you want to look balanced. That way everyone isn't confused. For example, if I was conducting one arm right here, one arm right here, it just doesn't look right. It really doesn't. So now that we've got our hand shape, you want to find your center and maybe kind of experiment in a mirror, kind of look at, what's more comfortable for me and what looks balanced. For me, I think that this is pretty balanced. Now, when it comes to whether you should be up or down, I've noticed that I've varied a lot. However, I usually stay a little bit above the belly button. I'm pretty sure Ashton's is different. That's okay, as long as if it's comfortable and it doesn't look like this. You don't want your shoulders to be moving a lot while you conduct. It's not a shoulder movement, it's an elbow movement. See, when I'm conducting, my upper arm isn't moving a lot. Now, the reason we don't want our upper arm moving a lot is because you are going to be conducting possibly for 9-8 minutes straight. You do not get a break, and it hurts. Sometimes it hurts really bad. Sometimes you get injured, like your arms don't work sometimes. And if that happens, it usually means you're working yourself too hard. But anyways, I'm getting off track, so. Okay, well, I think that those are the basics. I hope that this was helpful for you. If it's not, please do not hesitate to ask questions. If you have concerns about something I said, I could have misspoken sometimes. I'm known to do that. Just let me know. Again, if you have questions, we're not as scary as we look. We want to help you guys be the best that you can be. And I think that it all starts with technique. Technique is like, you know, it is the basics, and from that you can decide where you want to go from there. Your technique basically measures up to how good you are in conducting. If you choose to forget about technique, your conducting could decrease in quality. However, I do not think that that will be a problem. Everyone who I'm making this video for, I can already tell that you all are going to do so well. I'm really glad that you guys are really enjoying this so far. So are me and Ashton. I believe the next video that we're going to do is a leadership video. We don't know yet, but I am so excited to get this out to you guys. So far, we've been pulling a video a day, which is really cool because it's really exciting. Maybe my editing will get better too. Thank you for watching this. I hope that this was helpful, and I guess that's it. Bye-bye.